car is running kind of funny or idling weird or stalling out and you suspect you need to clean the throttle body, this video is for you. It's going to be located right behind your intercooler and intake piping here, and I'll show you how to remove that and clean it off. Very simple. First thing you're going to want to do is remove the throttle cable. You can loosen this and then that little pin just pulls out sideways and the cable just lifts right up and out. So we'll do that, I'll pull it off, and then we'll start cleaning it. Your SR20, you can just take off your intercooler piping. You can attempt to clean the throttle body off on the car, but I don't recommend doing that because all the brake parts cleaner and throttle body cleaner that you're going to spray in here is going to just fall right back down into the intake manifold and just get all that gunk and cleaner into the engine, which I don't want. So I'm going to remove it for this application. So you just remove your throttle cable, loosen up these 4 Allen bolts here. See all the carbon inside that throttle body. We're going to go ahead and spray some cleaner in here. Let that soak. Throw a couple of videos up on the screen kind of my car sputtering. This is old content of what I've got from on my channel, so you guys can kind of see the issues that I was dealing with, and maybe they're similar to what you guys are dealing with, so hopefully this stuff helps. See how the car wants to die on me? Now it doesn't want to rev again either.
I don't have friends. I got family.
And just looking through here, you guys can see on that throttle body plate that there's a gap of air around it. There's so much just carbon buildup in there. I don't think anybody's ever cleaned this out, and that's messing with the air fuel values. So that's probably why the car sputters and is just driving weird when it comes off throttle. So I'm just going to keep cleaning this up. I'll show you what it looks like when I'm done. Alright, so I've got the throttle bodies mostly cleaned out, or the throttle body. So I've got the throttle body pretty much all cleaned out of all the carbon and all the crap on the inside. These holes that go down to these little boost tubes here, they were pretty much completely clogged with carbon. So I don't even know if there was any reading of boost really even coming through there. So that could definitely be affecting things. I'm gonna have to scuff all this rust down and try to clean this up the best that I can. That way I can get a good coolant seal on this. And then this pressure out is capped. This one was going, not sure to where. It's like some carb cleaner and then some little scrubby brushes that I had for the inside of the throttle body with toothbrush, and everything was easy to just clean out by hand. So with the throttle body, the last thing I did is I used this pressurized spray, and I sprayed it through each one of these to make sure that the passages were not blocked and that it could come out of the bottom here of those holes. I made sure that those were functional, so I don't have any blockages in there, we're clear. I also sprayed it through the coolant line to make sure it would go through each side, and it does, so we don't have any blockage there. And yeah, this is looking good. I've got the mating surfaces all scrubbed down and it's clean. Actually, I got one more spot there, so we'll clean that up and then we'll mount it on with a brand new gasket. And I was having trouble finding an SR20 DET gasket. In fact, I ordered one from Nissan at Tacoma like a month and a half ago and it still never showed up. But I was lucky enough to just do a Google search and I found this one on FRS Sports. That's the model number. I'll put a link in the description below, but I got this gasket was only like $6 or something like that. And I ordered the idler control valve as well. So I think it was like 12 for both or something. But yeah, you want to make sure you use a new gasket because this is going to be pressurized under boost with the turbo, of course, and we don't want any boost leaks. So we're just going to use a little bit of Scotch-Brite here and just go over this one more time. And then we'll spray the throttle body down just to make sure we didn't get any contaminants in the butterfly valve. And we will be ready to mount it back onto the car. So I went ahead and cleaned the throttle body mounting point here. This is all scrubbed down with Scotch-Brite and cleaned off. So I don't have any anything that's going to disrupt the way the gasket sets against it. And if you look at the throttle body, you can see that there's this little kind of square piece here versus the round side. The square piece is going to go up around this here, and that's going to ensure that you get a really good seal. So I'm just going to start a couple of bolts here onto the throttle body. That way it's kind of held into position before we set it on there. And now we can set it on. So you can see I'm just threading these in by hand. This is pretty simple stuff here. And decided to go ahead and move my intercooler piping because it was kind of in the way. Really didn't have any accessibility to the bottom here to get into these Allen bolts. So we'll snug these up, connect the water lines, and then we'll be ready to roll. I still got to clean up the mass airflow sensor. I got to clean that out with mass airflow sensor cleaner because that's dirty as well, and then we'll start the car. Slowly work your way around the gasket. You don't want to tighten one Allen bolt all the way down. You just want to kind of snug them up and work your way around so that gasket is sealing properly against the intake manifold and the throttle body, because you don't want any boost leaks from that area. Refer to your factory service manual for how much pressure, how many foot-pounds you're supposed to tighten these down, but keep in mind that this is aluminum, so you don't want to over tighten it because then you will strip it and then you're going to have a big problem on your hands. Alright, I've got the hose clamps on the coolant lines that go into the throttle body. I put the TPS sensor or throttle positioner sensor in here, and we'll just connect it for now and then we'll adjust it later on after the engine warms up. I also went ahead and attached the throttle body, our throttle cable to the throttle body, and you can see how that just basically just slips in. So you loosen up, slide it in, and then you're all set. Go ahead and attach the Grady blow-off valve, old school type R blow-off valve. Got it all cleaned up. We've got a brand new gasket, so we're going to attach that here, and then we'll get the intercooler piping buttoned up and start the car for the first time. One thing we did here, you can see that the throttle cable is tight now against the basket. There was a lot of slack in here, so just loosen up the nuts here to adjust that. According to the factory service manual, basically want it tight enough to where the basket starts to move here, the throttle basket. So that's good there. Once you've got that adjusted, you're going to want to dial in your TPS sensor. So it needs to be around 0.45 volts. I'll have a video on how to adjust that. As you twist this throttle positioner sensor, adjust your voltage. So we're going to get, and once you get the car started and all that, then you probably want to adjust your idle air control valve. I'll have a video for that as well. Mass airflow sensor is all cleaned up. I'll have a video for that as well. Let's go ahead and start it up. Starts up just fine. Follow the channel. This video is shot over the course of like the last month. It's a little jumbled because I've been kind of working on different projects at different times, so the time sequencing might be out of place, but I needed to get it done at some point, so the video is coming up now live. Hope you guys like it. The test drive was successful, guys. Cleaning the throttle body in my particular car does seem to help with the way the car idles, with the way the car revs. I'm not seeing as much hesitation. There's still a few things that I need to go through in other videos, like the idle air control valve, the cleaning of the mass airflow sensor, adjusting the TPS sensor. All those things kind of in conjunction will affect the overall way the car drives and runs an engine and everything and the way it all operates. So going through all these different sensors and systems is something that you should definitely do. Just basic overall maintenance of your car, as well as if you're purchasing a car, you don't know where it's at. This should be just all kind of basic stuff to go through. So I hope this video does help. Give me a thumbs up if it did. But that's going to be it for today's video, guys. The car's back home. It's in the driveway. Hope you guys liked the video. I hope this helps you. If you guys did, give the video a thumbs up. Definitely helps the channel. Leave me some comments down below. And yeah, subscribe if you guys like this kind of stuff. And I will see you guys back on the next video. Thanks for watching. Peace out. Bye.